This is a lake that no one's fishing in, and that is a fishing bivvy that hasn't got a fisherman in it because it's part of an overland setup which we've bought to the bushcraft show. This is just getting all way too confusing. Can everyone just please stay in their lane and stop crossing out? So, the Ridgemonkey XF2 Standard, that's the big one. Should you buy it? I think so. Should you buy it if you're a carp fisherman? Probably. I'm not a carp fisherman. I bought this tent for overlanding. It was an option against the Oztent RV5. I had a look at what Ridgemonkey's take on the concept was of the pram hood coming up, the whole 30-second tent thing, and I think they've just kind of tweaked it. I think they've slightly outdone them. I believe that's because they're coming at the concept from fishing brollies. So the UK weather, obviously renowned for its rain. And there doesn't seem to be any spots at which you're going to get big gatherings of water with this design. A lot of the poles have got curves in them, and it's very much reminiscent of a fishing brolly in that respect. For me, yeah, as a overlander, this is a great option. I was looking at buying a roof tent. After going up and down the ladders of several roof tents, it kind of dawned on me that to me it's just a bunk bed. At the end of the day, it's just a bunk bed. They call it a roof tent, but the clamshell ones that I was looking at, they're not big enough to really be called a tent. They're a bunk bed with a skin over them. So I'm sorry to offend any of you clamshell aficionados out there, but it just doesn't work for me. The only thing that worked was the speed of setup. Again, that's a compromise. Once you've set up, you're there for a day, a night, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, week, whatever. Does it work? And compared to having a tent that you can stand up in, get changed in without any hassle, I would say, I'm not going to say other things you can do with this tent because there's a hack, there's a video coming out that I'm not going to spoil the surprise on that one. But basically, functionality wise, this tent you can do a lot more with. And as for the setup time, it's 30 seconds to pop it up. You're probably about another couple of minutes pegging it out, putting the fly sheet on, and you're pretty much done. Combine that with a carp fishing bed, which I can pull out of the side of the Land Cruiser, all ready with a sleeping bag on it, all ready with a pillow in it. Get it in there, pop it on its side, 1, 2, 3 sets the legs up, straighten up the feet, tip it over, it's done, pull the pillow out, bang, that's it. So yeah, I mean, for me, the decision was fairly easy to make. The other thing that I wanted to take into account was drag. This got a profile about yay big once it's on the roof rack. It's heavy, I will say that it is heavy. I'll put the weight up on the screen, but I can get it up on the roof rack on my own using the drop down tailgate. Takes about 2 minutes to get up there and get it all strapped on. I've got 2 straps. Yeah, fairly not that much hassle, to be fair. And once it's on, you don't really notice it's there. It's not like having a huge, great big aluminium box. I've spoke to a few people before I made the decision, and you do get the feeling that it's a bit top heavy. And then on top of that, you can also put things on top of a lot of these tents as well, so you add even more weight. Which for me now, I'm quite happy to go home, jump up there, take this down, 2 minutes, pop it in the garage, and then I can go off doing whatever I want to do. I've got plenty of other room on the roof rack as well. It doesn't take up the whole roof rack, so if I really want to, carry some extra stuff up there, I can. One of the most important things when I got the tent that I was pleasantly surprised at is the quality of these things. You've seen me playing with this for the last couple of minutes. I used to have a military 9x9 kind of command post, what they call it, command post tent. They've got various names for it. Anyway, the big 9x9, the Mark III, and it came, well, it didn't necessarily come with, but I sought out massive pegs like this because I didn't want it to, go anywhere, and same thing for my awning. And I've got a bit of a thing about having proper tent pegs that will not move. And these they're nowhere near the military ones, but my God, they're so well made and they feel so good in the hand. I'm absolutely in love with them, and I've never needed a hammer. Bless you. Never needed, bless you, never needed a hammer to put these in. You can just drive them in with your hand, and then maybe you could push them in a little bit with your foot. But they're so good. I really like them. You've got 20 of them. I'll show you another video of how I've put these where they can all easily be accessed on the Land Cruiser as well, if that's of any interest. But yeah, overall, you can get 2 people in there comfortably. The reason I wanted one this size is because I've got a very, very large carp fishing bed. It's a wide one and it's very long. It fits both ways in here very comfortably. I've slept in it both ways. Just discovered that I brought the missus along with me, Tara, for this weekend, and we've gone shotgun side by side, and it's great. First time I've done that. Before I normally go across this way, and I thought that was the best way to do it, but I can imagine if she's not here, the amount of room I would have to the side is crazy. I mean, it's, get a couple of chairs in there, have a chinwag if the weather turns foul. But yeah, I mean, the fly sheet works really well. Condensation, I've had no problems. I've had it out when it's been really, really damp and windy, and I thought, uh-oh, this has got to be it. This is the one where I've got moist air and it's not gonna vent well. But nothing. I mean, maybe a little bit of condensation when it's been really cold. Even with 2 of us, nothing. Again, if you just pop open a couple of the little zips at the bottom and just let the air circulate, it's absolutely brilliant. The material itself, it's been out for a long weekend at the Overland show, but it was coming down sideways. Stood up to the wind very well. And it was literally driving rain, the kind of rain that when it drives into canvas it can overwhelm the weatherproofing of the canvas, and it was really soaking wet, but nothing inside, completely dry. So well done, Ridgemonkey. That was one of my major concerns, again coming from a military cotton canvas tent, which was superb, never leaked at all. Even though it had little pinpricks in the roof, for some reason that stuff just kind of falls together and it doesn't leak. This is a poly cotton canvas. For coming from that heavy duty cotton canvas, I thought this was a little bit plasticky, but it's fine. It's really, really good. With regard to the thought that's gone into all the windows and doors, today it's very, very hot, as you can see. I've been in there today, all the windows open but with the netting up. You get a decent breeze, but it's surprising how much wind the netting stops. So easy just to pop the zips up and have it flowing through, and it's been lovely. As far as heat's concerned, it's been nice and cozy in there. You've got a ground sheet as well, something I'm not used to, so that kind of makes the whole cold coming up from the ground thing less of an issue. Another thing is the way that they've designed the kind of where the guide rope's attached to the tent. There's a little triangular piece of material, and on the back of that material they've just done a little pouch. Again, stolen the lead or the charge on on Oztent, who've got a little pocket with the top, and then you have to put a drain hole in the pocket because it might catch water. This design, no, the water can't get in, because to get to the inside you've got to go that way. It's yeah, really, really clever, and they've created a nice little triangle, which we all know is very, very strong, and they seem to work. Guide ropes are nice, they've got a little reflective fleck in them. With regard to the actual toggles, I've taken them out and replaced them with some red anodized ones, because that makes things go faster if it's red anodized aluminium, as we all know. Anyone that's ever been into cars should know that. So yeah, that obviously reduces drag on the motorway or something, so probably another 3 or 4 brake horsepower, whatever. But yeah, that's probably about it, really. So another great thing I love about the XF2 is this kind of porch. When you set it up, the porch just falls forward and it's there for you. A good usable space. We've been using it to kind of keep out of the shade a bit this afternoon. It's been wonderful. I've got these kind of like strip lights that have a magnetic back. These ones have got a motion sensor, and they seem to fit about the right size for the kind of frame. Little magnetic strip there, and it just gives you enough light at night to kind of see when you're coming in. If you put it on motion sensor, as soon as you turn up, boom, it comes on, which is pretty cool. These are probably the only bars that I've actually been using in the tent, to be fair. The tent comes with 3 support bars that go in the roof, and then another 2 that go from the kind of the gutter rail, if you like, down to the ground. Doesn't really need them, to be fair. I mean, it's been so strong. But yeah, no, a nice handy little space. So this is the entrance in. Massive doorway, very, very usable. One reason I favoured this over the Oztent was the Oztent tends to have a door that triangulates down like that, and you have to get in and then get in sideways to get in. Wasn't really keen on that. This has been designed for anglers to sit in here on the bank, and the minute they get something on the line, they jump out of their sleeping bag and run to the bank to get the fish. So yeah, great design. Love these little side windows. They let in plenty of air and also gives you good visibility. The space inside, as you can see, this is a huge wide boy fishing bed. Plenty of room for 2 of those if you wanted. This is just a standard one on this side, but that gives us plenty of room to move up and down the middle, get changed, do whatever. Yeah, just a really, really good space. This is the first time I've used it kind of this way. Normally I have my bed along there, but yeah, this is great. This morning I kind of opened this window. It was starting to get a little bit warm, so I just unzipped the fly screen, and then I was able to tie up the outside window cover from the inside, which is great, so I didn't have to get out and kind of adjust it. And then yeah, later on we opened that one, and the through breeze was just glorious. Oh no, actually I opened that one as well, because I did that from the inside as well. So yeah, really, really enjoying it. I noticed earlier I was having a little bit of a kip, and I could hear this flap, 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 and these are flapping around, and I thought, okay, I wonder if it's going to make that much of a difference if I actually peg out. So I noticed there was little D-rings down here, and if we peg this out, hey presto, the flapping's gone. Yeah, overall, fantastic piece of kit. I'm not sponsored by Ridgemonkey. I paid full price for this, but I've got a tiny little discount, but you're still looking at about £1,000. Good investment in my opinion, good investment. The bag that it comes in could be better, probably better than the original Oztent one, but I'm looking at the minute at the Drifter bag, see if that's any good. Oztent themselves have bought out another tent for the Oztent, another bag for the Oztent, which looked quite black and shiny, maybe. But knowing Drifter, they've probably done it slightly better, because they're going out there and doing the overland stuff. So yeah, that is about it. I'll go and buy one.